share. Provide, I need you to pull please like and to forgive me. And what I'm doing, I'm just gonna walk.
Are you a felon? Got community service? ISUPK can help you with that. For sure. Come on down to 12355 Rash. We can help you all with your community service and your felony expungement, man. ISUPK Detroit. Google it.
ISUPK Detroit presents under Commanding General Hunt. ISUPK Detroit Community Service. If you're on probation or have a felony, you can fulfill your community service hours here at 12355 Gratiot Avenue, Detroit, Michigan. We offer expungement services for most felonies. We also do food drives, counseling, and health fairs. For more information, call 810-392-3261. Again, call 810-392-3261.
Fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying, and I'm saying fuck that fucking job, nigga. Hey, fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, bitch, I done had enough. Fuck that fucking job, I'm watching everybody work. Fuck that fucking job, that little pay by the hour. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, my back hurting and I'm hungry. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, nigga, on soul. Yeah, caught between the two, get this money, go home. Yeah, all these people so, now these bitches, they messy. First day I came in, I bossed up on the bosses. And they promise nigga this, promise nigga that. Want my ass to work, then bring that paper back. Shaw, where you been? I been taking the shit. Knowing damn well that I don't fucking sleep. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying, and I'm saying fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, me and bro, we just posted. Look him in the eye, shake my head disappointed. We gotta visualize, summarize, execute. All these people drop like fly, why the fuck we still here? Man, fuck Damn, money supposed to be a tool. Damn, for a purpose, what's your purpose for? Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitch and that crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying.
After this song, you can go in live. You heard me? You can go in through. You can go into the class.
Yo, this beat actually really hard.
Jump into it.
UBK shit, South Coast shit, man. Shout out Bar Dog, Tennessee, up the business. Hey, get the money.
Most High Christ. Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat. To all the brothers out there, Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shem Yahweh. Shout out to all the sisters out there. Precinct Officer 5000. It's a rock in the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge. I'm here in Detroit, man. We're going to get a real good breakdown and a good topic in. But before we go in, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Pull your phones out. Do me a favor. You know what I'm saying? Tag at least 10 people that ain't in the truth in these classes that you care about. You know what I'm saying? So do me that favor right there. Tag at least about 10, 20 people. You know what I'm saying? As many people as you can, but that is not in the truth. You know what I'm saying? So this word can get pushed out, man. So I'm going to give us like one little minute to do that real quick. And also, when you comment, also put @ highlight in the comments. Okay? And @ followers. On as well. Do today's topic, history given that nation need to understand something that America is not going to teach. Everything that America done actually real history about real things given. Be able to ask this question right. This is what I really want to know. What is it that we learned about things? What is the narrative America teaches about Thanksgiving? That's like a question. I want to. That America say.
Thankful.
So if y'all didn't hear him in the audience, he said, good one right there. Yeah. Teaches the people. This, that, other, and the third. This might. Go ahead. All right. Just let me know if y'all can hear me out there in the audience. Very good. You know what I'm saying? Because this right here need to be pushed out. Satan always try to interfere, man, with these classes when this truth really about to come out. You know what I'm saying? So let's just do a little quick sound check just to see if everything is good and on point. Just let me know in the audience if you can really hear me real good. Just put a 1 in the chat or something like that. And we're going to get all the way into this. The big narrative America pushed on Thanksgiving, you know what I'm saying, is all your family's supposed to come together. You know what I'm saying? It's turkey and yams and stuffing and all that. You know what I'm saying? The good old times, and people just need to be happy and be thankful for these times of what's going on. You know what I mean? And everything should be good. We good, Masha? What's going on? Let's just try to get this time sound getting right. Just like it. Let's just try to get this time sound getting right. Sound good to me. It sound good to me. If you have a problem or if you have any trouble with me speaking, or if you cannot hear me in the audience, just please type something in the comments just to let me know. And as the media, we're going to get on that, all right? All right. Now, as I was saying, the biggest narrative America pushes, you know what I'm saying, is just cheerfulness, being thankful, you know what I'm saying, a family and these, that, other, and the third, you know what I mean? And that's the real narrative that they push in America about Thanksgiving. Today, we're actually going to go into a story today of the real true history of Thanksgiving and what this really actually do mean. All right. So I'm going to pull up this article. Definitely got an article on this thing right here. I'm gonna send it to you, I'm gonna send it to you right now, actually, so we can get into this article, because we gotta get into the history of this thing. It's so heavy, and the reason being why we need to get into this history is because a lot of people out there are unaware of this history. You know what I'm saying? People never took the time to really go in thoroughly and see why did we celebrate Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Where did this day come from? Where did this day originate? Why are we doing these things? Okay? So when you get that article, just let me know, all right? Let me know when you have it. Give me 1 second. Michelle, can you pull that article up for me, please? All right, the water. We're going to get into this article. And this article is written, you know what I'm saying, by, it's written by Susan Bates, which is a native Indian. You know what I'm saying? She's a First Nations people. You know what I'm saying? And this article, what she's going to bring out is going to be real heavy and 100% true. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people out there in the audience should, you know what I'm saying, pay attention to this, because after today, you should really think about what you celebrate. You know what I'm saying? After the day, it should bring the real narrative, and you should rethink this day. All right, do it coincides with the Most High. Does this day have anything to do with the Lord? You know what I'm saying? And we're going to find out today. All right? Give me 1 second. Bear with us. Our media is just getting it together, man. Our media is definitely getting it together. We gonna get into it in a minute. What's going on, Michelle?
When did you start? Because all of it's not relevant.
So you can start where it says the story began, and you can start where it says most of us associate. Gonna go down a lot. You know what I'm saying? Then where it says the story began in 1614, you start right there at the very next sentence above right there. Go ahead, brother.
I'm just walking up this close so that your mic can pick me up.
Let me just make sure they can hear you. Let me just check this out. Go into the story today. Sure. Might have to come up here because yeah.
We'll have this fixed next.
Sign correct. Wait, whenever you're ready.
Okay. This story is by Susan Bates.
It was called The Real Story Thanksgiving.
Comic-Con. The story began in 1614 when a band of English explorers sailed home to England with a ship full of Patuxet Indians bound for slavery.
Bound for what?
Slavery.
Bound for what?
Slavery.
They ain't tell you about this part of the story. That right there seems a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? Given the fact that this day is given to us in America, and this is a day that we're supposed to be thankful for, and you seeing that it's directly being associated with slavery directly right now. All right? Go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and continue on.
Come. They left behind smallpox, which virtually wiped out those who had escaped. And by the time Pilgrims arrived in Massachusetts Bay in 1620, they found only one living Patuxet Indian, a man named Squanto, who had survived slavery in England and knew their language.
All right, so this right here, they talking about that they was going in already and going in and killing and murdering. All right, so this thing right here been happening. And they said the only Indian was able to, you know what I'm saying? The only Indian that was able to be alive and well was a man named Squanto. All right, so we're going to get into who is Squanto. Why is he relevant? Why are we even talking about how he even in this story associated with Thanksgiving? How are we associating Squanto with Thanksgiving, right? And this is one of my questions. Keep going. We're gonna get a little bit more.
I'm trying to get this. We start. They began, right?
Start right. Talking about Squanto.
Got enough. I'm good on the sound. By the time the Pilgrims
go where it says and he learned their language. Start right there. I got it right. I can read it real quick. Ain't no sweat. I can just read it.
My phone wasn't just.
No, ain't no sweat. You good. You good. So it says right here. It says he taught them to grow corn and to fish, and negotiated a peace treaty between the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag Nation. At the end of their first year in 1621, the Pilgrims held a great feast honoring Squanto and the Wampanoags. All right. So my thing and my real direct question, honestly, would be this right here, man. Okay, this would be one of my questions right here. This is a question. If Squanto was a native Indian, you know what I'm saying, who went in slavery, learned the white man's language, and then he come back to America, and he find his people destroyed and slaughtered, why would Squanto help the oppressor that didn't know how to fish, grow crops, and survive off the land? Not you, man. I know you know the answer. Go ahead, young man, nice and loud. Just stand up real quick. You just try to speak a little loud so they can pick up. If they can't pick up, I'm just gonna repeat what you're saying. But go ahead.
No con, sir. On me, sir. Trying to be accepted.
You own it, but give me more details. Like, what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you say be accepted by, like, what do you mean? Like, give me more details on that.
Accepted meaning.
Okay, I can deal with that. You got something, Shah?
Okay.
I could definitely let you in. Go ahead.
Well, what you see here might be the first instance of what we call Stockholm Syndrome.
That is absolutely 100% on point.
Might be the first instance of Stockholm Syndrome, where when your captives periodically treat you nice while they have you captive, they're wrong. They periodically treat you nice. You develop a liking for them. You even though you know they wrong is all get out, you reason in your mind because of the situation and not so bad.
And that's 100% true. Squanto was suffering from Stockholm Syndrome. That's what he was suffering from. You got to remember, Squanto was a slave. He already was a slave in Europe. He already knew that language. He already learned the oppressor language and everything. And then to come back to America and seeing his tribe of people already dead and they already unalived, it's like, man, you know what I'm saying? If you was a slave, Squanto was thinking like a slave. You see what I'm saying? That's what Squanto was doing. He was thinking like a slave. And what do slaves think like? Slaves suffer from Stockholm Syndrome. Go ahead.
Come. And what's important about this? Think about this. What's important about this?
Make sure you're on the screen. Like, I don't think I see you on the screen.
Okay, I gotta slide over towards you, son.
Or you might have to adjust that camera. That camera might have to get adjusted.
No, we good. We're right there.
All right, go ahead.
What's important about this is that, what was his name? Squanto. His reasoning was this. He comes back to America, all his people are unalive, and he say, oh, they must have been wrong. You see that? They must have been wrong. Not that his oppressor must have been wrong, but they must have been wrong. That's proof of what do we call it again? Stockholm Syndrome. That's proof of Stockholm Syndrome, because they was over here in the New World minding their own business when these oppressors came and took him captive as a slave. He knew at the time he got taken as a slave that was wrong. But by the time he made it back to the United States, he now concludes that his people was wrong. They should have done this to the slave, to the oppressor. They should have dealt with the oppressor this way or that way. He justifies the oppressor's destruction of his own people.
So give me the definition of Stockholm. So if somebody pull that definition for me, you might want to keep where you at. Or I could just read this story. It ain't no sweat with me. Just pull the definition. You got it?
I got it already.
All right, go ahead. Stockholm Syndrome.
Speak up loudly.
Definition of Stockholm Syndrome describes the psychological condition of a victim who identifies with and emphasizes with their captor or abuser and their goals.
So that's what Stockholm Syndrome is, man. Stockholm Syndrome is a victim, you know what I'm saying, that agrees and identifies with his abuser. All right, and that's something that Squanto suffered from. So again, he coming back, he's saying his people, you know what I'm saying, did it, and you know what I mean, they unalived. So Squanto first thought of survival, just like any slave. Any slave thinking, man, they gonna think on how to survive. You feel me? And his way of him thinking and his ignorance, he felt like if he be nice to them and he showed them how to grow corn, you know what I'm saying, and he tried to make peace with them, you feel me, that he would be okay. And maybe they might leave his people alone. This was what Squanto was thinking. But he, on a humanly mannerism, you know what I'm saying, with human compassion, you supposed to think like that. The only thing I'm gonna tell you where he wasn't thinking. See, Squanto wasn't thinking that this, you know what I'm saying, the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
That's the part that he really forgot. You know what I'm saying? If you seeing your people getting murdered and slaughtered, you know what I'm saying, you come back and see your people, your family and your tribe murdered and slaughtered, quite naturally you supposed to know not to ever trust these people. You should not even try to make no peace with these people. These people are evil. That's what Squanto was missing out of. Squanto missed that part right there. If he understood like the Bible and the scriptures, you know what I'm saying, and had that spirit of the Most High on him, he would know not to try to do what he did, man. And a lot of our leaders, man, think about that. Think about MLK. You know what I'm saying? Think about Jesse Jackson. Think about Malcolm X trying to get us to worship Islam. Think about all these things that they doing. You feel me? They pushing us away from what we really supposed to be doing, distracting us. You feel me? That's the part that Squanto forgot, that the oppressor is the devil, man. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, young man.
So I precept?
Go ahead.
Okay. Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
Never do what?
Never trust thine enemy.
If y'all can't hear him out there in the audience, man, the brother is saying in the Bible, in the book of Ecclesiasticus and Apocrypha, chapter 12 and verse 10, he's saying to never trust your enemies. That's what the Bible say. Scriptures say to never trust your enemies, man. Reason being why you cannot trust your enemies, read.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Man, guess what? That the innocence of him being covered up is gonna eventually show. You see what I'm saying? That's wisdom. That's wise. You got to be wise to understand who you dealing with. Y'all acting like the oppressor is gonna change. Y'all acting like he actually changed. The oppressor that he was, being a devil and slaughtering the native Indians, he's still that same person today. There was never no change with this. You see what I'm saying? Like, this right here is serious. Okay? So I'm going to get some more on this story because it's serious, man. Y'all got to really know where Thanksgiving comes from and how it was originated, all right? So it says, but as the word spread in England about the paradise to be found in the New World, they're talking about America. All right. It says religious zealots called Puritans began arriving by the boatload. So as soon as they found out and got word, all that land over there, they came by the boatload. You know what I'm saying? A group of Edomites, group of oppressors, a different group of oppressors, they came over there now too. Go ahead, Michelle.
I love how they say that, but as the word spread about the paradise found in the New World, it was only paradise to the oppressors. Mm-hmm. It wasn't paradise to the so-called Native Americans.
Nah.
It was only paradise to the oppressors.
And that shows you how your oppressor think. It shows you how the white man think, man. He thinking of your destruction and him murdering you is paradise to him. He think that, you know what I'm saying, him getting down on you like that, that's a beautiful thing for him and his people. Why do you think they came by the boatload once the word started getting spread? You see what I'm saying? I'm going to get some more, and it says, these religious zealots called the Puritans began arriving by the boatload, finding no fences around the land. They considered it to be the public domain. So, in other words, them Puritans, when they came over there, they just was like, well, they seen people, they recognized people living over there. The Indians was already over there living. You see what I'm saying? So they looking and seeing this, but in their mind, they like, there ain't no guards or nothing like this. I could take this. I can take these people. I can take all of this right here. That's how the oppressor was thinking. That's how these Puritans was thinking. You see what I'm saying? They thinking of how they gonna take it. They not thinking of who's here, who's respecting who's in that land, any of that. They ain't even caring about that. They already in their mind thinking about how to overtake everything. That's how your oppressor think, man. You feel me? That's how the devil think. Go ahead, young man.
Sir. If I may, sir, does that show us that we definitely serve two different gods?
Exactly, 100%.
Damn right.
100%. You know what I'm saying?
So like the other one.
Go ahead.
If I can add to that. That's heavy when you ask that question. Do we serve two different gods? The God we serve say honor the borders are set between you. Even the waters, right? Only, watch this, when the waves of the ocean roll in, they only roll in so far. They honor the borders the Most High has set. Israelites, guess what? They don't need fences. This people here, these Edomites here, they say, oh, if it ain't no fences, then I can do what I say. They absolutely need physical borders to control their lust. If I could, otherwise.
And then I'm gonna say this too. You feel me? It shows you their arrogance. Like within this story, it's showing you the arrogance of the oppressor, how he thinking. You feel me? He already looking at the people like they weak. He looking at them like, okay, they living over here, but ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? He looking at what he can do with it. He's not necessarily respecting the Indians that's already living. Right. He's looking at how he's going to get on top of this, what he can do with this land. He feel that he was the one to be in charge of it. You see what I'm saying? And we're going to go in deep in this. All right, so it says, joined by other British settlers, they seized the land. So they captured it. They took the land over, all right? And it says capturing strong, young natives for slaves and killing the rest. I'm going to tell you something what the oppressor understands and know. You feel me? A lot he learned through slaughtering and the Trail of Tears and the things, the atrocious things he done to the Native Indians. He learned a lot in that, believe it or not. And one of those number one things he learned was you can take a woman and make her submit. You know what I'm saying? You can take them, take advantage of them, make them submit. You know what I'm saying? And when I say take full advantage, I mean molester, raper, all of that. Take full advantage of that woman. And with a child, you can mold them. You know what I'm saying? You can indoctrinate their mind into what you want to be for them to be indoctrinated in. That's what the oppressor know. Hold on one second. But the thing he did not know, the one thing he did understand right there is, but with a grown man, you can't mold no grown man at all. That's what the oppressor know. You can't mold no grown man. That's why he always killed like all of the grown men that's already set in their ways. Reason for being, because he know in due time, because that man already been molded. These Native Indians already been molded, you know what I'm saying, taught by their fathers and stuff. It's a possible chance that he gonna attack you. Or he gonna file for revenge one way or the other one day.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So he killed all of them. He killed all of them. And he'll always take like the, you know what I'm saying, the kids, because he used the kids as slaves, and he'll rape the women and he'll take them. That's how the white man sadistically took, you know what I'm saying, and overtook America and took the lands in America. You see what I'm saying? It already was going on, but we talking about specifically in this time of how even Thanksgiving, why they do this. You see what I'm saying? You had something, Shasalaki?
I'm telling Macan. And this gonna sound crazy, but this really happened. There was a fella by the name of Adolf Hitler. He said, if you give me a European boy at the age of 5, by the time he turns 12, I'll give you a full-blown Nazi. That's why even the British knew, don't kill the young boys. Why? Because by the age of 12, he'll be a full-born, homegrown slave. He will teach his sons to be slaves.
I'm sure.
You see, this is old news. You see what I'm saying? What Hitler did, Hitler was going on history because of what happened in the United States. He even said so.
That's heavy, too. That's a real heavy point that Mashab brought up. And then on top of it, it says, but the Pequot Nation had not agreed to the peace treaty Squanto had negotiated, and they fought back. The Pequot War was one of the bloodiest Indian wars ever fought. Now, the Pequot tribe, they was a tribe that just wasn't siding with the oppressor at all. The Pequot tribe was not siding with the oppressor, wasn't signing no treaties, nothing. They were just flat out going to war. They were just flat out fighting. While Squanto and the Wanapog tribe, through Squanto, they was making treaties with the oppressor.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Through Squanto, they was making treaties with the oppressor, man. And then on top of that, that's how it was easy for the oppressor to just easily kill and slaughter a lot of them. Because every single time he'd do it, he apologized for it. You see what I'm saying? That's what the oppressor was doing. He'd go make these treaties with the Wampanoag tribe. Then he'd go in and invade them a couple days later, kill everything, and they'd be like, and then the Wampanoag, the reason they not even thinking to fight back is because the treaties that was made. They ain't even thinking to try to fight back because of the treaties that they made with the oppressor. So every single time they was getting killed and murdered and under law, they're like, hold on, wait, man. We made a treaty. We were supposed to do this and do that. This how slick the oppressor is. He like, okay, I'm sorry, man. I thought y'all was other people. Sorry, I made a mistake right here, and it ain't gonna happen again. And they be like, all right. And then he'll do it all over again. That same exact way. Do it all over again. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's how the white man, it was like a pattern he was doing.
Okay.
You see what I mean? Go in, unalive all of them, and then, you know what I'm saying? Apologize for it and do it all over again. You feel me? That is a sadistic beast, man. Like you will have to understand why we call the oppressor, the Caucasian, the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
We're not just saying this just because we ain't got nothing better to do. This is the history. Like, we going into history and showing you what he's doing, what his stands on, what's his beliefs for real. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
Up on Google, it said that 78 500 treaties, Native American tribes. All of these treaties have since been violated in some way or outright broken by the United
We're going to get
States
deeper into that too.
gonna-
Trust me. Don't even worry. Don't sweat that.
Okay.
We're going to get into that. You see what I'm saying? But just to show you, man, this is the start of those treaties. You see what I'm saying? The treaties he was making with the Indians, at first it started with the Wanapog tribe because that's who, through Squanto and his ignorance, you feel me, they was following along with the oppressor. It was following along with the Caucasians, trying to get along with them, trying to build wealth with them, and just being peaceful. It all went to hell and piss. I'm telling you.
Come on, you want to take the next chapter?
No, I got it, brother. We're going, cause
Come on.
let's see.
1637.
So it says in 1637, near present day, Groton, Connecticut, over 700 men, women, and children of the Pequot tribe had gathered for their annual Green Corn Festival, which is our Thanksgiving celebration. All right, so Thanksgiving, originally, you know what I'm saying, the Pequot tribe, they was using this thing right here to pick the last of their crops. All right, to pick the last of their good crops because they going in the wintertime, you know what I'm saying? So they, grow a lot of stuff like squash, corn, you know what I'm saying? All the goods and plants that you can grow, they doing all of that. And then they have a little feast and a little celebration to that. All right, that's what they were doing. Okay, read some more. And it says, in the pre-dawn hours, the sleeping Indians were surrounded by English and Dutch mercenaries who ordered them to come outside. So they get surrounded, right? They get surrounded by, you know what I'm saying, these oppressors, Caucasian people surround them in the midst of their celebrations. All right, go ahead, Mashai.
Comic-Con, sir, if I could. This is real important right here. They say they were surrounded by who? They say the English, and the Dutch. Why is that important? Because today, right, the Dutch will have you think they are guiltless in all of this.
That's true.
The Dutch, these are the people that wear the wooden shoes, got the tulips, got the windmills, and all. They ain't by nothing, you know. These people. So no. They look. It's all over Europe. There are different countries that will have you believe they had nothing to do with your demise. Look up Belgium. Most people don't even know nothing about Belgium. King Leopold, right? He was the most notorious colonizer in all of Africa. There are millions, minus fingers, hands, arms, because of coffee and bananas, messing with King Leopold, a European who came out of Belgium, who sound like Belgium, they ain't nothing. You ain't heard about them when you was coming through. You heard about England, you heard about France. You heard about Spain, right? You heard a little bit since you've been in the truth about Portugal, right? But what have you heard about the Dutch? Yes, they was notorious. Sweden, notorious against Israelites. Because remember, these so-called Native Americans are actually Israelites. You understand that? They're actually Israelites. And so it was the Dutch, not just the English, but the Dutch as well that performed these atrocities against our people.
So he's just showing you that the Dutch was involved with the atrocities of the Indians, of the Native Indians, the natives people. It says like that they were surrounded and was told to come outside. Those who came out were shot or clubbed to death, while the terrified women and children who huddled inside the long house were burned alive. The next day, the governor of the Massachusetts Bay Colony declared a day of Thanksgiving because 700 unarmed men, women, and children had been murdered. This is the truth of Thanksgiving right here.
The truth.
Now, this is the real true history of Thanksgiving and where this originates.
This is the true
You know
story.
what I'm saying? This is a real true story. This ain't made up, none of that. This is like real facts. You can go find this. All right. And then it's telling you how the Caucasian feel and think. He's saying after they was unalived, they gave thanks and tribute to this. They said they made it a day of Thanksgiving for doing what? For killing an unalive and innocent Native Indians?
700 of them.
700 of them?
Unarmed.
And unarmed. No weapons, no nothing. No weapons, no nothing. And they murdered 700 Native Indians, burned them alive, you know what I'm saying? Shot them, clubbed them over the head, and then gave thanks to this. You see what I'm saying? Like that right there is sadistic. When we say that the white man the devil, we not playing, man.
At all.
Like we serious. The oppressor really the devil, man. All right? And it says, cheered by their victory. Do you see how that is? They talking about this was a victory and they was cheering about this thing. Meanwhile, we going and celebrating something and you don't know what the hell you celebrating. You celebrating a boastful devil, an evil devil, you know what I'm saying, that will rape your women, your kids, molest everything, take everything you got, you know what I'm saying, and say what you gonna do about it. There ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it. It's basically what this day really about.
That's right.
It's about the conquering, you know what I'm saying, the slaughtering of the Native Indians. All right. And it says, cheered by their victory, the brave colonists and their Indian allies attacked village after village. Women and children over 14 were sold into slavery while the rest were murdered. Like I said, you feel me? They're going to keep the little boys, they're going to keep the little children. They're going to rape them women and take advantage of them. But those men, they killing all of the men. That's what they were doing. They learned this strategically. This thing right here was strategically learned. All right, and they did it over and over. Okay? And it says, Salakia, bear with me. Salakia, it says, go ahead, you can read it, brother.
Come. Boats loaded with as many as 500 slaves regularly left the ports of New England. Bounties were paid for Indian scalps to encourage as many deaths as possible.
And this right here shows you the atrocities of what was happening to the Native Indians. They went into slavery too. Those curses that you see in Deuteronomy, they faced that too.
They went first.
You see that? And they went first. They was going through it. Those Indians, bro, they was going into slavery. They was getting conquered and tortured and all of that. You know what I'm saying? In the name of Thanksgiving. Something that we keeping today. Think about why you keeping that as a black man. You keeping that because you ain't know no better. I get your ignorance. I understand your ignorance. But how long shall you be ignorant? You see what I'm saying? How long shall this thing, you don't give a damn about what you're doing? You see what I'm saying? And it don't go hand in hand with the Lord. This thing, what you doing, man, is you going against the Most High. You showing that you side with the oppressor when you celebrate this day. You got something, young man?
No, kind of, sir. I was just gonna say it's on. A lot of people in the world celebrate these world holidays. They think they're missing out on something. Dude, it's almost like you forget about all those worldly holidays. Like, so I give you an example. This week at work, this lady, there was like, hey, we off Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Man, it's messing with my money. Oh no, you get paid. Like,
That's because you and this truth, brother.
That's
you know what I'm saying? That you should forget. You doing the right thing.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's them out there that's sick. You know what I'm saying? It's them out there that's sadistic. You know what I'm saying? They ignorant to the fact right now. That's why we push this truth, man, like wildfire throughout the earth. You know what I'm saying?
Baba Kashaw, if I
Go
could,
ahead.
before we go to the next paragraph, I'm going to show you something. I believe it's heavy. Think of this. Boats loaded with as many as 500 slaves regularly left the ports of New England. Bounties were paid for Indian scalps to encourage as many deaths as possible. Now, there's two things that go on in America that people are vaguely aware of. Number one, if you go into this thing called the NFL, not too many years ago, somebody got in trouble for putting bounties on other players' head, players on the other team. If you can get him out the game, you see, if you can hit him in such a way that it sprains his ankle, it break his leg, or he cannot play no more for the rest of the season, you got a $250,000 gift. And they got in trouble about that. Why is that important? Because we see right here, these bounties ain't nothing new. I'm going to show you another place where it exists and absolutely legal. The other place is absolutely legal is if you're a black man, you've been accused of a crime and they don't have you in prison. In fact, not too long ago, who was it? George Bush? He granted every state of in America $300 million. They call it prison subsidies. And you know what they use that for? To lock up black men and women. To have money to build. Michigan used it to go from 18 prisons to 45 prisons. To lock up men and women. And Bill Clinton came behind him and did what? Gave the states more money than they ever had to lock up people, meaning blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. These bounties are sponsored by the government. They were sponsored back then in the 1600s. They're sponsored by the government now. I'm good on it.
All right, Most High Christ. Keep going. Keep reading this.
Come. Following an especially successful raid against the Pequot in what is now Stamford, Connecticut,
Keep going.
the churches announced a second day of Thanksgiving
Keep going.
to celebrate victory over the heathen savages.
This is really what Thanksgiving about. It ain't got nothing to do, you know what I'm saying, with being thankful.
No.
This ain't got nothing to do with family coming together. This ain't got nothing to do with anything that you think in your mind to celebrate this thing to be positive. If you associate Thanksgiving with something positive, you are out of your mind. You out your mind because guess what? What Thanksgiving really is, what we learning, Thanksgiving is just them bragging. And who am I mean when I'm saying them? The Caucasian oppressors. That's them bragging about how they can conquer you. There's nothing that you can do about it. That's what this day really commemorates. And then he's so arrogant in it, he even got millions of black people following this thing. You think he think you strong? He got you following something, man, that conquered your own people. He know that he got you on, and we gonna go into so many scriptures that's gonna line up with what I'm saying, man. Like, this man is a monster. You want to know what a real monster look like? You ever watch Scooby-Doo and they pull the mask off? That's the real monster.
Behind the mask.
Behind the mask, you're going to see a Caucasian. You're going to see an oppressor,
right.
man. And he going to look so harmless. That's the deceit in it all. Look so harmless. Look like he wouldn't harm a child or anything and will kill your whole entire family and won't even think about it. And will feel that you weak for not defending yourself. All right, keep going.
Come. During the feasting, they hacked off the heads of natives and kicked them through the streets like soccer balls.
So this is your holiday that people going to go celebrate this weekend. For fun. Think about what he doing, man. You saying this right here is something you want to be a part of and you associate yourself with. You wonder why the Lord ain't with this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think we crazy for saying what we saying? We absolutely on point on saying why we saying what we say. All right? These, while you making friends with Caucasian people, they used to chop the heads of Native Indians and kick them around the street like soccer balls for fun. And brag about it. You see what I'm saying? They played with you, man.
Mm-hmm.
They played with you. They played and made fun of taking advantage of you. And then dared you to try to do something about it. Dared you to try to say something about it. You see what I'm saying? Keep going. There's more.
Still like that one.
Hold on, give me 1 second. We're gonna go. I'm gonna get you in there, Mashai. Let me just get it all the way through.
During the feasting, they hacked off the heads of natives and kicked them through the streets like soccer balls. Even the friendly Wampanoag did not escape the madness.
The Wampanoag tribe did not escape this the beheadings and the violations with all of their niceness. You see what I'm saying? Black people, y'all thought that y'all was doing something. Y'all was marching up the street. You know the Native Indians been tried this, and it still ain't worked for them. I'm talking about the meek of the Native Indians, the nicest of them, the friendly of them. They still got murdered. They still got killed, and there was nothing they could do about it. You understand? Keep going.
Their chief was beheaded, and his head impaled on a pole in Plymouth, Massachusetts, where it remained on display for 24 hours.
24 years.
So, Salakia, 24 years.
They displayed his head for 24 years, man.
I mean, it came all the way down to a skull.
I'm going to just say this. If you do that, you have an arrogance that is out of this world, man. The oppressor, y'all don't understand. See, y'all thinking that this person done changed and this, that, and he done grew. No, you delusional. Exactly. You delusional if you think that, you know what I'm saying, you gonna make peace with the oppressor. The Lord ain't even make y'all to try to make peace with each other. Come. So why is you trying to force something that the Lord said it'll never happen? You see what I'm saying?
Come.
And man, this story gets me passionate like this because you got to think about how he took major advantage of you and how you should feel dumb as hell for celebrating this.
Come.
After you find this out, you find this information out, you try to go celebrate this, the Lord might do something to you, man.
Might.
You understand? I ain't going to say might, the Lord going to do something to you.
I pray.
Something is going to happen to you, man. You understand? And then I'm going to say this too. You feel me? Because I'm not going to put it out there like the Native Indians was doing what they supposed to do. All right? Let me just say this. The reason why it happened to the Native Indians is because they were not obedient to the Lord. They was not following the Lord when they was in America. All right? They was doing all type of evil, manner of evils. And the Lord just showed, and prophecy shows you that the Lord will still gonna come true. Like, you're gonna pay for it. y'all seeing the repercussions and the pain of what the native Indians had to suffer because they were disobedient to the Lord. You know, it was over there serving other guides. You know what I'm saying? Doing drugs, smoking. You know what I'm saying? They was doing all type of wicked and evil things and nonsense. You feel me? And the cause of doing that, this is a lesson to show you can't be disobedient to the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to stick to the law, statutes, and commandments. As a black man, as a Hispanic and Native Indian, you have to. All right? There's no in between with this.
Come on.
All right?
Bob Kashaf, I could.
Go ahead.
I know y'all ain't gonna believe this, right? But I'm gonna challenge you. Look it up. I'm gonna name some names of some cities or schools, and you tell me their mascot. The Washington, Kansas City, Miami, University of Miami,
Hurricane.
and what's the other one? Florida State.
Seminole.
Okay, here's what happened. Here's how these cities got their names. These are the heads. Don't get mad. Don't get mad otherwise. These are the heads of the chiefs that were cut off and kicked down the streets in the last part of this article that we just read. These were these names: the Seminoles, the Redskins, the Chiefs, and whatever other so-called sports team. You get it? The heads was kicked off. Oh. So I bet you it was in the mid-United States, in the center of the United States, where they was kicking some chief's head around Kansas City, Missouri. Right there in the middle of the United States, where they're kicking some Native American heads around. And now, guess what they say? Oh! And it was the Chiefs, so let's call our team the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, they was being funny about that.
They,
If somebody could cut the heat off.
Come,
Bubba
it's
Shah,
getting a little warm.
you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go deeper into this article just to show you, man, the real true history of Thanksgiving. Like, you gonna celebrate it, well, we should tell you and let you in on the history of Thanksgiving. If you're gonna celebrate this day, the least you can do is at least know what it's about.
Know what it's about.
It's not about being
right.
thankful. It ain't about you saying prayer over your little Thanksgiving dinners and doing all that. That ain't what it's about. I'm about to show you right here in this article what Thanksgiving really is about, man. Go ahead and keep going.
Come. The killings became more frenzied, with days of Thanksgiving feasts being held after each successful massacre.
Read it again for the people out there in the audience, man,
didn't hear that.
because I can't believe what you just read. Read it again.
The killings became more frenzied.
Meaning unalive, you killing, you murdering. You understand? And this became a frenzy. Okay, keep going.
Come. With days of Thanksgiving,
Days of Thanksgiving,
feast.
which feast that you about to celebrate this weekend, right? These hold on. These feasts that you about to go get ready and celebrate. You understand? And you about to go give hella thanks for. You know what I'm saying? These feasts, this is where it originates from. It originates from the killings and the frenzies. Keep going.
With days of Thanksgiving feasts being held after each successful massacre.
So, meaning this, after they go and slaughter hundreds of Indians, they go do a feast and like a celebration to this shit. Like, they going to go celebrate all of the murdering that they doing to innocent people. And they celebrating this thing.
I got a question for you, other one.
Go ahead.
Is this saying that, okay, they went out here on Monday, they massacred a village of Native Americans. So Tuesday morning they started Thanksgiving feast.
Yeah.
But Tuesday another group went out and massacred 2 villages of Native Americans. So on Wednesday they had 2 Thanksgiving celebrations.
Every single Thanksgiving that they had, it was a massacre behind it. They had a massacre behind each massacre of them slaughtering the Native Indians. They had Thanksgiving.
My goodness.
They had turkey. They had cranberry sauce.
That's right.
They had yams,
And potato salad.
stuffing, and all of that. They did all of that, bro, in the name of murdering Native Indians. And the blood of Native Indians. That's why y'all don't even know that y'all walking on the bones of the Native Indians, of so much bloodshed that done happened in this country. All that bloodshed that done happened in this country, and you walking on the bones of the Native Indians, those bones is because of the oppressor, who the devil. The devil, man.
Come.
You see what I'm saying? And then y'all about to go pay the devil some homage this weekend. You feel me? Like y'all don't care.
We're going to celebrate the destruction of our brothers.
Shit, not we, them out there.
Not us.
Them out there that want to play with this, you know what I'm saying, and think that we joking. You know what I'm saying? Y'all about to go do this thing with y'all family like it's going to bring y'all family together. All you doing is bringing more trauma to your family. You got your uncle across the table that done molested baby girl. He there. You know what I'm saying? You beefed out with your cousins. He's there. All of y'all over there. You understand? And guess what? Y'all ain't. It's not helping. You see the pattern? You see the fall off? You know what I'm saying? And y'all gotta be stuck together in that room for that day. Like, and then play fake like y'all give a damn about each other. Like, come on, man. Like, just be real with yourself. That's why people end up being unalive on that day. Watch the news
this weekend.
Just watch the news and see what the Lord gonna do this weekend, because the Lord ain't with it. You understand? Keep going.
Come. George Washington finally suggested.
So after all this murdering, all this senseless brutality of murder that the oppressor been doing to the Native Indians, George Washington finally say what?
Suggested that only one day.
And this was just a suggestion. This wasn't like he just set in stone. This was something he was suggesting. Go ahead.
Of Thanksgiving per year be set aside instead of celebrating each and every massacre.
Keep going.
Later, Abraham Lincoln decreed Thanksgiving Day to be a legal national holiday during the Civil War. On the same day, he ordered troops, this heavy, to march against the starving Sioux in Minnesota.
All right. What you got to say with that one, Michelle?
Let me explain something. There's a reason they got, what was his name? That long yellow hair blonde Custer. That was the reason they got him. It was because of stuff like this. The same day, Abraham Lincoln decreed Thanksgiving Day to be a national holiday. In order to celebrate it, for them anyway, Abraham Lincoln ordered United States military, the Army, the Bluecoats, to march against the Sioux Nation in Minnesota. That was what? In the process of starving, they were starving. Why? They killed all the buffalo.
Exactly.
They had killed their food stock. You hear them complaining today about the Ukraine can't get no water. Ukraine can't get no food. Ukraine can't get no electricity. Well, that's the same thing they did to the Native Americans when they killed all the buffalo, killed all the deer. And you know how they killed them? For sport, on a train track, just looking out the window while the train going by, they see a group of buffalo and they killed it knowing that the Native American depended on the buffalo not only for food. He good eating now. But guess what? His hide made good clothes. His hide made good houses. You see what I'm saying? The fat made good ways to start and keep fires going. You see that? But they did what? They killed off the native buffalo, caused the Sioux to start starving up there around Minnesota, and then ordered the men to attack this weakened group of people because they was already starving.
Yeah, that right there is you're a coward.
Goddamn.
You see what I'm saying?
Excuse my language,
You
sir.
an absolute 100% coward. You're not tough.
No, ain't nobody
Not
scared
tough
of this.
at all. None of that. You understand? You're nowhere near tough. You going and harming and killing innocent people at this point, and then calling yourself the hero and you justify it. All right, and we're gonna get some scriptures on that, man. We're gonna go into the book of First Esdras. We're gonna go into the book of First Esdras, chapter 8, verse 84. Go ahead, brother. Let me get it with you. Go ahead.
In the book of First Ezra, chapter 8 and verse 34.
No, First Esdras in the Apocrypha. First Esdras. First Esdras, chapter 8 and verse 84. No sweat, I get it. I read it. You know what I mean? It's the book of First Esdras because it's in the Apocrypha. Chapter 8 and verse 44. 8 and verse 84. It says, therefore, now shall ye not join your daughters unto their sons, neither shall ye take their daughters unto your sons. You understand? This is a law that comes from the Most High. This is where wisdom and you being wise with your decisions kicked in. If Squanto knew this right here, Squanto would have never sided with the oppressor, man, and try to make peace with him. You know what I'm saying? And do all of that. And then it says at 85, it says, moreover, ye shall never seek to have peace with them, that ye may be strong. You see that? Like the Lord, man, knows that by us being separate and segregated, that's why our strength really kick in, and that's where we be strong at. And the white man understands that, and that's why he absolutely makes sure that we are against each other and we separate our own selves so we'll never be able to come together. You know what I mean? Go ahead, young man.
That's heavy, sir, because I don't know if you have experience, but black people talking, pressure, middle of it, have this spirit in them to just divide us out.
Most definitely, man. That's what his job do. And then on top of that, you just gotta understand, man, like this was a man that you never ever supposed to trust. And then it says, moreover, ye shall never seek to have peace with them, that ye may be strong. You see that? That's why it was always good when we were segregated. When black men and, you know what I'm saying, blacks were separated from the oppressor, that's when we were actually okay. You see what I'm saying? That is something that actually make us strong. You see what I'm saying? But if you not sticking together, you know what I'm saying, you just gonna be weak. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta understand this right here. Chinese people, they over here, they got a Chinatown. They don't mess with the oppressor. They don't care to live in his ways. And you see them being strong. How are they strong? Because they have a nation. They got Chinatown on lock. You see what I mean? They don't abide with the oppressor. They don't go vote like you. You see what I'm saying? You saying we need to go vote. We need to go, we need to support the war that's going on. We need to stop the killings that's going on and this, that, other, and the third. You don't even know wisdom at this point. You see what I'm saying? Right. Chinese people, they ain't caring about what the oppressor do. They're living to what they do, and that's what make them strong and stick out. Arabs got Dearborn on lock. Arabs got Hamtramck on lock. They got their own businesses. They thriving. They doing whatever the hell they want to do. You understand? Because they ain't seeking the oppressor's peace. And the oppressor respects that. He don't respect when you just bow down to him. He don't respect you. He gonna look at you like you're weak. You see what I'm saying? Black people, we are so special, man. You got be having kids and children, man. You be 14 and graduating early, and you know what I'm saying, and being smart. You know what I'm saying? We got so many great people in our nation, but the moment we feel like we're doing something, we go side with the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? These sisters, they go do something that's hella great. These sisters that we got, you know what I'm saying, in the black community are hella great, man.
Yes, they are.
You understand? They graduate from college. They do all of those good, successful things just to go get set up for the white man and work in his offices. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you don't come back to the community. You don't come back to your black community. You don't look at the black community like, you know what I'm saying, you need to help our people. You look at it like every man for himself. You know what I'm saying? I made it out. You can do it too. It's a dumb narrative, man. You understand? That's a dumb narrative. If I could 1 second. You know what I mean? You got to think about that. Like when the scriptures say to separate them, separate yourself from them, don't seek their peace and all that so you'll be strong. The Lord know what he's talking about. When the Lord say be strong, meaning come inside the school, man. Come learn your heritage. You understand? If you black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you are an Israelite whether you like it or not. Whether you respect what we're doing or not, you still an Israelite. You still got Israelite blood running through you. You see what I'm saying? So you might as well just start early while you got a chance now before it's too late and you catch on too late of the wave. You know what I'm saying? You wanna be an Israelite when it's gonna be popular. When the whole world, you know what I'm saying, gonna give us homage. You know what I'm saying? And gonna give us the kingdom. And Christ return. Then you wanna be an Israelite. And Christ gonna say, where the hell was you at, man, when them Israelites was on the street? You was talking bad about them.
That's right.
You understand? You look down on them. You thought they don't know what the hell they talking about. Don't wait and be that person. You don't look foolish. You look dumb. You know what I'm saying? How about you start fresh and early right now? Build up on your future. You understand? And it says that ye may be strong and eat the good things of the land, that ye may leave the inheritance of the land unto your children forevermore. You understand? If we had that wisdom, it would fix so many problems in the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community, man. You know what I'm saying? If we had this wisdom right here, we would never think to celebrate Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? We'll have our heads strong against Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Thanksgiving would not even be something we'd be even worried about. That'll be the least of our issues of something that we sitting here have to deal with. But because so many black people in America have played into the American dream and played into the American agenda, you just ignorant, man. You just ignorantly following along with the program. Just following along with the program. That's all you really doing. We're going to get Psalms chapter 55 and verse 21. Go ahead, brother.
You said something that was heavy before you leave that point. You said so many brothers and sisters, they get to a point where they feel they get out.
Mm-hmm.
They can get out. The Most High trying to get you in Israel. What the hell we doing trying to get out of Israel? Don't we see how opposite that is against the law, statute, commandments of the Most High? See, he say, gather yourselves together. You trying to separate yourself from your own people.
Exactly. And then you think you're doing something when you do it. You not only separate yourself from your people, but you absolutely get arrogant when you do it. And then you look down on your people and like they, you know what I'm saying? Like, why y'all can't do what I'm doing? When in reality, the Lord put you in that position to go back and help them people that can't do what you're doing.
Goddamn right.
Go back there and help, you know what I'm saying, your people back there, man. You understand? You just gonna leave them? Like, come on, man. Like, what are you doing? You thinking backwards. Arabs don't think like that. Arabs, they make a come up, they gonna make sure everybody in their house had that same come up. They gonna make sure everybody in their family is gonna be good. They gonna make sure they ain't starving and in poverty. They gonna make sure that they good. You know what I'm saying? The Chinese gonna make sure that they good. They looking out for each other with good brotherhood. You understand? Koreans gonna look out for each other. You know what I'm saying? They gonna put their businesses together and they gonna really, really stand out. You know what I mean? us as black people, we ain't looking out for each other. You know what I'm saying? We go, you know what I'm saying, and spend your millions all with the oppressor. You ain't thinking about your own community, that you finally got the money to actually invest into your community and actually build it back up what was broken. You don't want to think like that. You want to take your millions, rock your gold chains, you know what I'm saying, and talk about your people and call them broke. You really mocking yourself as if you did not come from poverty. You mocking yourself as if you was just born rich. Go ahead, brother.
Like we're in this continuous cycle. It's like maybe you may not come from nothing. Okay. Don't have it. And it's word.
Right.
And it's like a cycle. Then when that person gets it, it's like or bark on somebody who I was.
It's like a bully. It's like you try to be the bully in a scenario, man, and then you feel like you better than somebody because you got money now. You see what I'm saying? That money can't change a bullet hitting your son. You can have all the money in the world. You can have all of that in the world, man. Your son get unalive. That money will mean nothing to you the next day. You will never be the same with money in your pocket. You can have billions. It would never change, and it would never, you know what I'm saying? It won't bring your son back. It won't bring your daughter back. You just got to be careful, man. The Lord work like the rain. Lord work like this, man. What goes around comes around type thing. You got to watch what you say to your own people. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch. If you're not trying to help them in that situation and give them the love that they need, don't be trying to sit here and look down on your people. You see what I'm saying? I ain't looking down on my people for celebrating Thanksgiving, but I understand that this is a real issue. Okay. I understand that they're celebrating this out of ignorance, and they need to come out of that fast, because all you gonna really inherit is death. You understand? I had a real sister that came to me, and it hurt to see it, because she said she's looking forward to celebrating Thanksgiving. But she said her family, you know what I mean? She got some family that's coming, some family just not, because they just mourning. They ain't mourning because her niece just got killed. Her niece got killed in the most vicious way. Her niece got killed by her boyfriend. And then simultaneously, he killed her best friend too. You understand? And they got to go through that and then try to come to a Thanksgiving table? Like, come on, man. Like, the Lord showing you, black people, and this is messed up, black people do not thinking about serving the Lord or coming to the Most High until they get hurt. Until something bad or tragic happened to them, then they finally say, you know what? I need to find God. It's messed up, but you've been needing to find the Lord. That's right. You see what I'm saying? You've been needing to find the Most High. While you sitting there and you trying to find ways to come up in this world illegally, and you go through all these habits, man, you don't think about God until you're in a courtroom. You don't think about the Lord until you get pulled over. You don't think about the Lord until you in jail, in prison, you locked up in chains. You don't think about the Lord until and that's the wrong. I'm gonna tell you what's messed up about this pattern. You're thinking about the Lord and you considering him last. Man, you may not have that many more chances. You see what I'm saying? Doing that, you're going to run out of chances, because the scriptures say the wages of sin is death. You don't want to wait till you're dead to try to serve God. It's too late. You understand? We're going to go on, and we're going to go into the book of Psalms chapter 55 and verse 20. If I could, Baba Kasha.
We're going to stop trying to. I almost pulled another scripture, but I left it alone.
You got another scripture? Go ahead, brother.
I was going to ask you the question. We were talking about all these people that get something, they chase this American dream, they get something, they look down on the next person.
Right.
They get something, they look down on the next person. And they teach it to. Does that have anything to do with man shall not, and I know I want to go to the love of money, but it's not that. I'm thinking, man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Yahweh.
Damn right.
You say.
That's absolutely.
Elaborate on that
That's
for
just absolutely on point, man. You can't. You know what I'm saying? That's a brotherhood scripture. You know what I'm saying? You can't live by bread alone. That's a brotherhood scripture. That's the Lord showing you you're not just some individual. Like, you're not just some individual in this world, and it's all about you. You know what I'm saying? Forget what nation you come from. It's just about you, the person you are. It's not how the Lord operate, because the Lord judges nations.
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna try to separate yourself and you're a part of a nation? What you not gonna claim in your nation? Man, it'll be bad for you to sit in a judgment seat. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go into the book of Psalms chapter 55, and we're gonna go to verse 20. All right. Go ahead, brother. You might I might prefer Mashad because the mic is up here, and we're having technical difficulties with the mics, with the sound. Go ahead, brother.
This is Psalms chapter 55, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
That's what Squanto did. Squanto, man, put his hand to be at peace with the white man. How did he do it? By showing, you know what I'm saying, the oppressor how to grow crops and how to live and survive in America. That's what Squanto did. He put forth his hand, you know, to be at peace with the oppressor. Okay? Go ahead.
He hath broken his covenant.
He did what?
Hath broken his covenant.
And that's exactly what the oppressor did, man. You know what I'm saying? You looked up earlier, you know what I'm saying, the treaties that the oppressor made with the Native Indians. You said it was over 500 of them. Over 500 treaties, and every single last one of them being broke. Why would you trust a man like that? Why would you even try to trust a system that's like that? You saying you trying to trust a system that will break every single covenant he make with you, and you still think he your friend? Man, you delusional. You sick. You sick in your mind, man.
If I could,
go ahead.
I don't want. A brother ain't got to step on your shoe in the club, but one time you really cut his toe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how much you say, I apologize. You really cut his toe. But your oppressor, your enemy, can break, and it's really over 770, but 770 treaties, and you still ready to trust him.
And you will think, you ain't even gonna think twice. You just gonna give it to him. He destroyed you, man. He made you so docile and weak. You understand? He broke all these covenants, broke all them treaties with the Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? The white man, he tells you how he think.
That's right.
He tells you deliberately how he think, and the scriptures show and prove how he think. You understand? Like, you got to think about it like this.
That's it.
Because if you got any if you got any humanity, the oppressor ain't got no humanity, man. We showing you he ain't got no humanity. But if you, the Native Indians, the reason Squanto did it, because he had humanity.
That's right.
Naturally. We ain't no evil, we are no evil people, man. We not no evil people. You see what I'm saying? Squanto had humanity. So, of course, quite naturally, if I'm eating and he see you over there starving, he not just gonna let you starve. You see what I'm saying? That's just a regular person. A white man show you that, man, you should have just killed me. But he shows you that, you know what I'm saying, you feed him and help him, he gonna murder you. He showed that if you feed and help him and you try to make peace with him, he just gonna murder you. And then he gonna call you weak. He looking at you like, why you just didn't let me die? You is stupid. You fed me, now I gotta murder you. You fed me food, now I gotta kill you. That's how he thinking. This is really, really how he move.
You help me live.
You is dumb for letting me live. Why would you? He's playing games with you. Playing mind games with you. You dumb for letting me live. Now I'm about to murder all of y'all. You should have just let me die off somewhere. That's the oppressor for you, man. That's his arrogance. Like, y'all don't even know, man, that he this arrogant. You know what I mean? And this is why we teaching you that. Go ahead, Mashawn.
It's heavy that you say. He even brag about it.
Yeah.
He put it in your face.
Yeah.
He put it in. And then, here's the thing you said I thought was just super heavy. I'm going to use this in some classes in the future. This Edomite, your oppressor, agrees publicly with what the scriptures say about him.
Yeah.
They agree. They're not trying to hide it. They're not trying to hide it. No, we hated you perpetually. We've been hating you. We've been killing y'all since we ran into y'all. We hate you perpetually. And today, ask any president of the United States, Mexicans are still all rapists, and Negroes are still all drug dealers, and just ought to be killed.
And
publicly, this is what they say.
Yep.
You see? Publicly. When we get that next
line, yeah.
Psalms 55 verse 21. The words of his mouth are smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
And this is why we pull this out on these times, because we telling you the real true history of your oppressor, how he really is. You know what I'm saying? His words smoother than butter. How he look is very deceiving because he look very harmless. His whole image is deceitful. His whole way of him coming at you is very, very deceitful, very conniving. All right, you'll think you talking to a harmless, docile person that's very understanding, got a beautiful spirit. You talking to a person that will literally murder you and your whole family. You talking to a effing killer. You understand? You sitting here thinking you talking to Jacob like he's a good person. You know what I'm saying? He got his ACT scores high. He fooling you with all this deception. He smooth as butter, like the scriptures say. He smoothly got you. His whole image is just smooth as hell. He don't look like no criminal. The biggest criminal to ever live in this goddamn earth. I'm telling you. He is the most demonic being on this planet. The most demonic being on this planet. You understand? Keep reading.
I'm gonna come. His words were softer than oil.
His what?
His words were softer than oil.
His conversation would confuse the hell out of you. Oppressor conversation will be so docile and friendly, it'll have your woman fooled.
That's right.
You understand that? I ain't even being funny. It will have a woman fooled fast. You understand? Like she will instantly melt just by his smooth, oily words. His soft words will just melt her heart.
Well, he got
and he'll pull a gun out and blow her brains out. After he done deceived her and say, gotcha, B-word, and blow your brains out. You don't even know what type of man you dealing with, man. You was dealing with a full-blooded killer. You understand? That he born that way. That's his spirit. That ain't something you can erase. That ain't something you can change. You get what I'm saying? That ain't some stuff you gonna be able to change, man. That's just real talk. All right, we're gonna go ahead and I'm about to put it in so much huge perspective. I'm about to pull this article too on these tradies, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna go and show you how he was breaking these tradies and then he tried to justify it. All right. Go ahead.
Yet were they drawn swords.
His words would be so soft, yet he'll pull that gun out his back pocket. You'll turn your head, he gonna pull that out, and he gonna blow your goddamn brains out in front of everybody. That's the oppressor for you. This is the people you tell us to chill out on. And this is the people you say, well, not every Caucasian is bad. These the people that you bragging about, man, saying that they not that bad. They are so horrible that they choose a day that they literally massacred the Native Indians and even made you celebrate it. And you not telling me this evil. You telling me this is somehow okay. This is diabolical, bro. You need help. You need to go take some medicine. You need to go seek mental help at that point, fam. Go ahead up.
remind me of like Paid Slice, or it might be on top. Remember Paid in Full with Cameron? When they was like, they looking at me like I'm crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like people in the world saying it, like, man, these Israelites, they looking at us like we're crazy. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to tell you, man, that this is real serious. This ain't no joke, man, and it's so sad because so many of our people just don't want to acknowledge the fact that these people are evil. They conniving. You can never trust a soul of a Caucasian if you are a black man. If you are Native Indian, if you are Hispanic, you don't have no business ever putting your trust in them. You better not even try to put your trust in them, man. You put your trust in the Lord, man. The Lord of the Bible. We're going to go into these acts right here. We're going to go into the 1830, the Indian Removal Act. All right. And it says this. It says, while the Huron, Potawatomi, and the other Potawatomi generally maintain peaceful relations, Papawatomi, Salakia, with their new non-Indian neighbors, which is the oppressor. All right. It says the increased pressure from settlers, many of whom illegally entered Indian lands. They talking about how, you know what I'm saying, the so-called oppressor was entering into their lands illegally. And yet we the illegal immigrants. This is crazy. Often resulted in violent conflict between settlers and the resident Indian tribes. The solution championed by Andrew Jackson. This, I'm going to tell you something. They mentioned Andrew Jackson. Let me give y'all some information on Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson is the Caucasian that's on the $20 bill. He bought the most evilest MF you didn't ever met in your life. Super evil. You see what I'm saying? Like, he diabolical for real. Andrew Jackson, right? And it says, you where I'm at? Go ahead, brother.
The solution, championed by Andrew Jackson and others in the U.S. government, became the 19th century policy referred to as Indian removal.
So this Indian Removal Act basically is telling you how the Caucasians justify them breaking all their treaties. And we about to go into it. That's what they really trying to tell you. They trying to justify their wrong of making those treaties and taking them back, basically. All right, go ahead.
By which Indian tribes living east of the Mississippi River would be encouraged to sign treaties giving up the remainder of their lands and be relocated to lands west of the Mississippi.
Keep going.
The Indian Removal Act, signed May 28, 1830, further empowered the U.S. government to strip the Native Americans of their land rights.
So this right here, this Indian Removal Act is basically was an act to say, okay, yeah, we signed all them traders, but we don't give a damn about that, man. We about to take all this. Yeah, I know we made all that, but we ain't keeping it. And this basically them switching over fast. They switched that quick on these treaties that they made with the Native Indians. All right, keep going.
This act created a process and funds where the president could conduct land exchange (parentheses removal) treaties, granting land west of the Mississippi River to be called Indian Territory to tribes that agreed to give up their homelands.
Right.
The Indian Removal Act did not legally order the involuntary removal of any Native Americans. However, the act allowed the Jackson administration to freely persuade.
To freely do what?
Persuade, bribe, and threaten tribal leaders to sign removal treaties.
And this is where the scripture kicked in Psalm chapter 55 verse 21 when it says words are smooth as butter. This was the deceit that he was doing. Through the deceit that he was doing, he was bribing them and lying to them. You know what I'm saying? Lying to them, saying that we're going to do these things, we're going to help you out, and then absolutely don't do it. Not only they didn't do it, they murdered them.
Goddamn right.
You see what I'm saying? These are real life devils. I don't know what to say, man. Like, what do you want me to call them? You want me to call them righteous? Like, what the hell you want me to do? You want me to say that they okay? They not okay. You know what I'm saying? These people are man. I ain't gonna talk the way I really want to talk right now, man. You understand? Keep going.
The act allowed the Jackson administration to freely persuade, bribe, and threaten tribal leaders to sign removable treaties, parentheses, Indian treaties, and the Removal Act of 1830.
Read.
The new act granted the Indians financial and material assistance to relocate to a new homeland and restart their lives while promising the tribes would live under the U.S. government's protection.
Read.
Indian treaties and the Removal Act of 1830.
So they basically was saying like, all right, we're going to do these things for you. You know, we're going to give you money each year. Every single year, we're going to make sure you get, you know what I'm saying? We're going to split this land up. We're going to make sure with this land being split up, we're going to, you need food or any of our protection, we got you. You know what I'm saying? We even going to cut you up. We're going to get you some money each year, and we're going to be good. We're going to sign this, and this is what we're going to do. That's what basically what was said to the Native Indians, and they agreed upon.
If I could, real quick, just to add in on one. The land that Jackson took east of the Mississippi.
It's like I'm going to use the restroom.
Come on. East of the Mississippi, you know what it was for? It was for food. It was the fertile land. It was the land, we talking Tennessee, we're talking Georgia, you see what I'm saying? We're talking South North Carolina. It was for monetary crops. Because you understand, you ain't never heard of a gold rush in Mississippi. Have you ever heard of the gold rush being in Mississippi? Have you ever heard of gold rush being in Ohio, Illinois, Kentucky, Indiana? All this is east of the Mississippi. This is what fed the United States. This was all about food, fertile land. It's finna get worse. Because after what they did, they did the what do you call this thing again? The Indian treaties and the Removal Act. They moved them west of the Mississippi. Did it get better for them?
We're gonna read right now. Go ahead and get into it.
Oh my God. Sadly, a shifty, underhanded method usurped the previously established approach and involved forcing tribes into smaller areas where their only real income was annuities.
That right there is the reservations that the Native Indians are on today. They was pushed off on reservations. I'm gonna explain what the reservations are to people who don't know or don't quite understand what the reservations really are. The reservations that the Native Indians live on was land that the white man did not want. He not only knew that he didn't want that land, but he knew it was the most worst, terriblest of the land. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I really explain it? Like, he knew what he was doing when he said, y'all can stay on those land. That was land that was the worst of the land. The whole land mass, the Indians, the reservations that they live on is the worst of that. Their crops don't even grow right on that. You see what I'm saying? Like, they way of living is all jacked up right there. And the white man knew what he was doing when he said he ain't want that. Y'all can get this.
If I could, real quick.
Go ahead.
Also, remember we said when they removed them from east of the Mississippi, it was because the land was fertile east of the Mississippi. They grew all the food, all the cotton, all the corn, all of that. When they first removed them, they let the Native American choose where he wanted to go, west of the Mississippi. And the Native American did that. Guess what? Right here it says that act like it's all of a sudden. Sadly, a shifty, underhanded method usurped the previously established approach. The previously established approach was where the Native American, the so-called Native American Indian, can choose wherever he want to go as a people. but something underhandedly happened, right? And involved forcing tribes into smaller areas where their only real income was annuities. What happened? Can anybody tell me what happened? Called the Great American Gold Rush. God damn it. It was called the Gold Rush, and watch this. The land rush. They mess around, went up in Montana somewhere and found some gold. Oh, y'all got to get the hell out of here. They moved them again. Right? All of a sudden they found out you can grow food in Kansas. Native Americans had to get the hell away from there. I thought they was gonna put them in the damn Pacific, because when they moved all the way out to California, they found gold there. Here come your oppressor again. Every place the Native Americans traveled after they left the east of the Mississippi, if they found gold or what? Oil, they were further displaced until they was into the rocks.
Yeah.
Nothing grew and nothing can be dug from it. This brother's absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? He's absolutely right. They kept making the area smaller and smaller. Why? So they can take advantage of the natural resources of the land. Whether it be gold, whether it be oil, whether it be farmland, fertile farmland.
Now we got to get some scriptures on this, man. I just wanted to show y'all the spirit of your oppressor. His spirit is he underhandedly play tricks and mind games and play with you like he's gonna do something for you and be for you, and he's absolutely not. He's gonna rob you and murder you. You understand? Now I'm gonna go into the arrogance of this bastard. We're gonna go to Psalms chapter 10 and we're gonna start at verse 1.
Come. This is Psalms 10, verse 1. Why standest thou afar off, O Lord?
You can start at verse 2.
Okay. Psalms chapter 10, verse 2. The wicked in his pride.
The what?
The wicked.
The wicked. Meaning this is a very sadistic people. We just read about the wicked. You know what I'm saying? How Thanksgiving even was originated. It was through the wicked. The goddamn oppressor. The devil. Caucasian. You understand? It was through him. And the massacring of Native Indians is how this day actually started. And it says the wicked in his pride, read,
doth persecute the poor.
He persecute the poor. That's what the wicked do. Always persecuting and picking and messing with the poor, man. You understand? That's why, like, representatives, you know what I'm saying, politicians, presidents, they always look down on the poorest of the people and say, you need to stop being criminals. Stop doing this. When you're the biggest criminal, you the one putting drugs in our communities.
That's right.
And giving us that way to live.
That's right.
And that way of life to live. As if you just so clean and you don't got nothing to do with nothing. And you starved the Native Indians, man. You starved them on them reservations.
That's right.
You starved them from getting the actual help and the aid that they actually need.
That's right.
You make it a front if, you know what I'm saying, we go try to feed our brothers up there on those reservations, man. You are the wicked, man. And then your pridefulness, you persecute the poor. Read.
I'm gonna come. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
Read.
Verse 3, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetousness whom the Lord abhorreth.
And that's your Thanksgiving, man. That's your Thanksgiving today. Your Thanksgiving today is your oppressor saying, we whooped their ass, we killed all of them, ain't nothing you can do about it.
That's right.
Do something about it. Do something about it. They just celebrating their victory over you, man. And you playing along with it. Don't think when you at that Thanksgiving table, man, you ain't paying homage to them devils that murdered the Native Indians.
Right.
Don't think for a second that you ain't playing a part of it and you just getting some food at your grandma's house, fam. You better not touch none of that nasty ass food that your grandma cooking this weekend, man. You understand? If you righteous, if you got a soul in your heart, you know what I'm saying? If you got a soul And if you have a heart, man, you will think about what happened to them and why the hell are you even doing this? Don't be selfish and be like, I'm just doing this just to see my family. I'm just doing this, you know what I'm saying, to be around my family. Don't be a selfish bastard.
Yeah, that's all good.
This ain't nothing about your family, bro. All right, go ahead.
Come. Verse 4. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after Yahweh.
Who is this talking about? Like, who is this identifying with? Just said the wicked through the pride of his countenance, meaning through the pride, his bravado that he got going on, and he built himself upon. You're not thinking about God and God laws. That's your oppressor that's ruling and running this whole entire earth. You can't say that that's not that. Keep going.
God is not in all his thoughts.
The Lord ain't with all his thoughts, man. And that's exactly why you see homosexuality in America.
That's right.
That's why you see all these alternative lifestyles, and you can do whatever you want in America, man.
That's right.
I'm gonna tell you how this Constitution was built. The Constitution was built off of the murdering of Native Indians.
That's right.
The white man murdered them so much. He seen so much killing and murdering that he did to them. He seen that he had to do something so this don't happen to him. So he put the Constitution down. That's why he gave you the First Amendment, right? Because he wasn't giving the Native Indians no guns. You know what I'm saying? He give you, you know what I'm saying? You have a right to have freedom of speech because he wasn't giving the Native Indians their freedom to speak at all. You know what I'm saying? You have the right. You got all these rights in this Constitution, and it's all to protect him from what he think is protection, when really you gonna meet your demise, man. You understand? He put those constitutions in place so he won't get done like the Native Indians.
That's right.
He was in fear of that, of what he did to them. He knew he didn't want his family to go through that. So he made peace with everybody in America. That's where the American Constitution come from. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 5. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight.
So how the Lord judge things, the white man ain't even nowhere near thinking about how to judge righteously. You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
Come. As for all his enemies, he puffeth up at them.
He do what?
Puffeth up at them.
That's what the white man do, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me not just single out Thanksgiving. He do this with all his holidays. He do it Christmas, 4th of July, Easter, Halloween. He doing it with all of this. You know what I'm saying? He doing all this really just to boast. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Behind that turkey and all that, he really just boasting on his wins against you. At the end of the day, go ahead.
And the world follow his ass.
Yeah.
Every nation on the earth. There's going to be, and I tell you, I didn't know until this week when I start looking in the news to see the plans of so-called Thanksgiving celebration. I didn't know any other countries would celebrate Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
But they followed this bastard.
Yeah.
Excuse my language.
No, he a bastard for sure.
I knew the Christmas, they followed him in Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I knew they followed him in the New Year's. You see what I'm saying? I knew that. I knew they even followed him in what's that one? Valentine's Day. Right. I did not know until this week they followed him in Thanksgiving. We know Thanksgiving all about the displacement, the happy displacement of the Native American.
Exactly.
Killing the Native American and making a feast over destroying our people.
Right. Keep going.
Come. Verse 7.
Verse 6.
Verse 6. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved.
I shall what?
I shall not be moved.
That's what he do with that holiday, man. Behind that holiday, what he really saying, man, he ain't being moved. You understand? Yes, I did that to the Native Indians, and I'm not going to get moved for it. It ain't nothing you going to be able to do about it.
Oh, God. He said, you can't.
That's exactly what he doing. Keep going.
For I shall never be in adversity.
And he's saying this, man, I ain't never gonna be falling through no poverty. This not the oppressor, man. Who the hell is this? Like, come on, man, keep going.
Verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing.
Mouth full of cursing. Happy Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Are you getting that turkey? I hope you have a blessed Thanksgiving. You understand? Merry Christmas. You know what I mean? Happy New Year's. He doing all of this deceit, man.
Yes,
this is the real curse words. Y'all worrying about us saying what the hell and goddamn and shit. Meanwhile, we're telling you what the real curse words is. Happy Thanksgiving. That's a real cuss word. You understand? Merry Christmas. That's a real curse word. You understand? Happy birthday is definitely a real cuss word. Happy Easter Sunday is a curse word, man. You understand? You cursing yourself. All right, keep going.
Come. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud.
Deceit? And you don't think we call it, man? This is the identity we going through of the white man. He the devil. A devil just mean to be deceitful. And it said what?
His mouth is full of cursing and deceit.
Deceit, deception. How did he get America? Through deception.
That's right.
Keep going.
And fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity.
And why it say under his tongue though? It says under his tongue, that's what come out his mouth.
That's right.
It's mischief and vanity. You know what I'm saying? Vain things got you worshiping the zodiac signs and stars and moons and everything in the skies. He got you doing meaningless stuff because he's not a god. Go ahead.
Except to that, not what goes into the mouth of a man.
It's what come out. Con, that's most definitely a precept. Keep going.
Come. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages.
Now he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. This exactly is something that he did with those Native Indians. It's telling you what he did to them. He sat in America, man. And he looked at it and said, these people here, but I could overtake them easily. I can take them, kill all of them, and this is mine. I can put some rules on this. He set up in those lurking places of those villages. Keep going.
In the secret places doth he murder.
Did he do what? Hold on, say it again.
In the secret places doth he murder the innocent.
That's what the white man do, man. That's what he did to the Native Indians. In the secret places, he was murdering the innocent. How did he do that? He was passing and giving out. All right, y'all gonna give it to this buffalo. Let me give y'all these blankets in case it get, you know what I'm saying, cold out here or anything like that. And those blankets had smallpox in them. You understand? He murdered them quietly. He killed a lot of Native Indians through disease. You understand? Keep going.
Come. His eyes are privily set against the poor.
He just always looked down on the poor. You understand? Like when you're all the way up in the high like that, he looked down at the poor, man. Keep going.
Verse 9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den.
Read.
He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net.
Into his trap. You understand? And you wonder why the scriptures say never trust your enemy.
Never trust your enemy.
The Lord say don't ever trust them. Meaning what? There's never a time you can trust them. Like what the hell are you talking about? Why is you trying to trust them? You think you got a white friend? Are you crazy? You think you got Caucasian friends? You think them niggas care about you? I'ma call them niggers. They niggers to me. You think them niggas care about you? Them white niggers? No, they don't. They're absolutely looking to deceive you, and you fall into their trap, man, and they overcome you.
That's right.
You understand? Keep going.
Verse 10. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong one.
And that right there is him talking with sweet words, humbling himself, making himself seem like of innocence. Everything is gonna be fine. Everything gonna be good. You understand? And that the poor may fall by that. That's how the poor get deceived. He give them false hope. He give them hope way more false and way more deceitful than a Christian pastor can give you.
Right.
Because of his skin and his deception, his words. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 11, he hath said in his heart, God hath forgotten.
He said what?
God hath forgotten.
And guess what? That's what he do with this holiday. That's what he do with these holidays. He put a good old image on it. And he said the Lord forgot about these things, man. And he make you forget about it. Half of you Negroes don't even know about this. There's a lot of black people that don't know about the real truth about Thanksgiving. A lot of y'all don't know. You understand? And guess what? He think that God forgot about all his stuff that he's done. This is really how the white man feel. Keep going.
Come. He hideth his face, he will never see it.
Oh my God. He hide his face from all. That's why the oppressor, he gets so shameful when we bring out his crimes out there on them corners. You want to know why he could get upset or why he start turning red or why he gets scared? It's because we actually bring out crimes that they really committed. And they cannot stand that, man. They can't stand in that heat. He'll hide his face. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 12, arise, O Lord, O Yahweh, lift up thine hand, forget not the humble.
And this is a prayer, man, from King David. You understand? He's saying, arise, O Lord. You understand? Lift up thy hand against these people and please forget not the humble that's on this earth. Because guess what? The meek shall inherit the kingdom. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 13, wherefore doth the wicked condemn God? He hath said in his heart, thou wilt not require it.
This is really what the oppressor he really wholeheartedly believed this. He really believed that, you know what I'm saying, he's going to be able to swindle his way into heaven and swindle his way into peace with God and the Most High. Like as if he was not a devil. That's what he really sincerely believed, man. Oppressor feel that, man, you know what I'm saying, the Lord not going to require all the things that I done did. I know I done did a lot of messed up stuff, but I still should have a chance in the king. Why you think they fight so hard to tell us they a part of us? Hey, they getting into the kingdom. They can get some of the kingdom too. Why you think they fighting so hard to say that? They fight so hard to say that because they really believe in their mind and in their heart that God not going to require what was done in the past that they did. That's why they do that. This answers that question right there. Keep going.
Verse 14, for thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief and spite, to require it with thy hand. The poor committeth himself unto thee. Thou art the helper of the fatherless.
You are the helper of the fatherless. Caucasian, you are, man, listen. The debt that's on him, man, I'm telling you, it's nothing he gonna be able to do to get out of nothing when Christ return. Like, do you understand what I'm saying, bro? Like, when Christ return, man, his kingdom is all the way over with. It ain't gonna never ever return. He'll never be back in power. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get slaughtered. You understand? His kids gonna get slaughtered. His children gonna get slaughtered. Like, it's gonna be so bad for them. Like, all the things that they done to us, it's gonna happen to them. Way worse. You understand? We're gonna definitely close out this class of Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Hopefully this be a lesson and it saves somebody's life out there, man. We don't just do these videos for our health. You know what I'm saying? And just be doing it just because, man. We really brought out some real true history about Thanksgiving, the real true facts about Thanksgiving, man. You need to take that, you know what I mean, change your life. You understand? Know better. Get closer to the Most High, man. This kingdom, this empire is falling, and this shit almost over with, man.
Okay.
You understand? Like, this is almost over with, man. How much longer you gonna be letting, you know what I'm saying, not listening to the Most High? How much more longer you gonna do that? All right. That being said, we're gonna stand up. All right, Majim. Majim Shabbat. Majim. Rock. Yahweh Shimmy Al-Shah Brakatah. Majim Top. So, we'll give a courtesy salute to the sister. Israel Majim. Majim Shabbat. Majim. Rock.
Yahweh Shema Latah Shimmy Hawashah.
Majim Top. Dismiss.